And this is the astrological forecast for the sign of Taurus for 2023. It isn't going to be a quiet year. It's not necessarily going to be a challenging year, although there will be some periods of intense, brief, but strong disruption. But it's not going to be quiet. So let's look at the easy stuff first of all. Let's deal with let's get the mathematics out of the way. The new moon in Taurus will be on the 19th of May. This will be at the end of Taurus. It's actually a lovely new moon. That's a nice one. The full moon in Taurus will be a partial eclipse, minor, not significant, and that will be on the 28th of October. And we will come back to that in a minute, because that's quite a big one for a number of you. Mercury will move into Taurus on the 3rd of April. It will stand still and go retrograde on the 21st of April. Then it will stand still and go direct again on the 15th of May before leaving Taurus on the 11th of June. Now, this Mercury retrograde in Taurus isn't going to impact on all of you, but it is going to affect those of you born between the 26th of April and the 6th of May. So if you're one of these people, then during that Mercury retrograde period, to be safe, somewhere around the 10th of April through to the 15th of May, don't go making any major changes, of course. Venus will be in Taurus from the 16th of March through to the 11th of April. Mars will not be in Taurus at all over the coming year. Now, let's look at the big boys. Let's deal with the easy ones first of all. Neptune is smiling on Taurus. Neptune is going to be particularly impacting on those of you fortunate enough to be born around the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th of May. And if you're one of these people, then this year it's gentle, but there's a nice low-level background energy of more enhanced intuition, imagination, creativity, spirituality. That's nice. That's nice. That's the 16th, 17th, 18th of May group of people. That's just lovely. Pluto is also smiling on Taurians, and particularly those of you born from on the 18th, 19th, well actually the 19th, 20th, maybe the 21st of May. And if you're one of these people born in the last 3 days of Taurus, this is a great year for you, particularly with that new moon on the 19th of May. It's a lovely time for psychological depth, for resilience, determination, persistence, thoroughness, and just an all-round strength of being able to get things done in a more effective and efficient way. 19th, 20th of May, maybe a day each side of it. People, you're in good shape next year. Saturn is also going to be smiling on those Taurians born up to and including the 27th of April. So if you're one of those people born in the first week of Taurus, then the more you get into mid-March onwards, you should find that much of your life over the rest of the year becomes much more steady, stable and consistent without any major challenges. But then we come to Jupiter and Uranus and the trigger points. Now there are 2 specific trigger points. Firstly, Jupiter will move into Taurus later this year. Jupiter moves into Taurus on the 16th of May. And then it's going to stay with you for just over a year, or about a year. Jupiter's quite comfortable in Taurus. Likes its good food, likes its good wine, likes the good things in life, be easy to put on a bit of weight. Jupiter's going to move forward in Taurus up to 15 degrees, and then it's going to stand still and go retrograde. So over the coming year, it's only those Taurians born on or before the 6th of May who are going to be directly impacted by Jupiter. And some of you only very briefly. Jupiter will, when it stands still and stops going retrograde, this will happen on the around the 4th of September. The actual retrograde of Jupiter is only going to be impacting on those of you born around the 26th of April through to basically the 6th of May, which incidentally is about the same area as that Mercury retrograde's affecting. So those of you born in the last week of April and the first week of May, you've got a lot of internal work coming up this year. Not negative or challenging, but internalised. Uranus is still in Taurus, entering year 5 of a 7-year process. Uranus starts the year quite early in Taurus, affecting those of you born, finalising those of you born on the 6th, 7th, 8th of May. And 2022 has been a crazy year, and it's still going to be pretty crazy up until March, April. Then it's going to calm down. After this, Uranus will then continue moving forward, and it will start affecting those of you born on the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th of May. Big time over the coming year. Change is coming. You either dance with it or it dances with you. If you dance with it, then it'll be like you're surfing the wave of change, and it'll be innovative, original, exciting, stimulating and adventurous. And if you don't dance with it, then change is going to happen and you'll be on the receiving end. And it's better to act than it is to react. So if you're one of these people born from the 10th to the 10th to the 13th of May, then be more flexible, be more adaptable, get your roller skates on, make sure everything's well greased and oiled, because the more you get into March, April, May, change is coming. And you will see it, certainly by July. And like I say, you will either act or you will react. Now, there are a couple of really significant trigger points. Firstly, a nice one. Jupiter is going to be in Taurus, in early Taurus, in the middle of the year. Saturn's going to be in early Pisces in the middle of the year, and they're going to be dancing with each other. And this is particularly strong over a 6-week period from the last week of May to the first week of July. And here, particularly, those of you fortunate enough to be born around the 26th, 27th, 28th of April, this is an excellent year for you from May onwards, May, June onwards, for business deals, negotiations, contracts, agreements, doing anything at a professional level. But there is one stinker. Well, there's a couple. There's a brief one at the very end of October this coming year, 2023, when Mars in the sky at the end of Scorpio will be opposite Jupiter. And this is happening over the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th of October. It's only really going to impact on those of you born around the 1st, 2nd of May. But if you're one of these people, then just be careful at the end of October, a little bit more accident prone than normal. And then there's the big one, which is the time when the Moon and Mercury and Mars, the new Moon and Mercury and Mars, will all be together in Scorpio opposite both Uranus and Jupiter. And this is going to be particularly strong around the new moon itself on the 13th of November. So if you're one of these people born, if this is happening on the 13th of November, then this is going to be particularly impacting on those of you born around the 10th, 11th, 12th of May. So you're really under the microscope. You're really sort of potentially going to get hammered as you get into mid-November. This full moon that's opposite many of you around the 13th of November is the most trigger point of the year. Forewarned is forearmed. But, like I said, it's not a negative year for most of you. It's challenging. It's not negative. Change is going to happen to many of you. So you either dance with it or you don't. And if you don't, you get trashed. So be flexible. But it's not that bad a year, not compared to some of the years you've had in recent years. So as far as 2023 goes, Taurus, this isn't a word that's in your library, have an adaptable year.